On the 25th of February 2023, over 35 million Nigerians went into the poll to elect their new leaders. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million in population. So over 35 millions that came out to vote is actually not a good percentage. However, compared to the previous presidential election that is being held in the country, this is a massive turnout compared to the previous election. But unfortunately, these 5 men will decide the future of over 200 million people. No doubt this is probably avoidable, or this is very avoidable. Things must be corrected against next time, because it is not very possible that when over 35 million people went out there to decide the future of a country, you finally have just 5 men out of over 200 millions that will decide what happened to the country in the next 4 years. The people turn out in mass to vote, to cast their vote, because there is a promise, and the promise comes with full evidence that yes, if this promise is well executed, then it can meet up. Nigeria is a country whereby votes are not counted. People's votes are not counted. So nobody even cares to come out and vote again. But this time around, with the introduction of technology into the voting system, Nigerians believe that their votes are going to be counted this time around. These promises, now I play you a clip from the INEC chairman himself, where he promised Nigerians that their vote will be counted. It's not their vote that will be counted that entices Nigeria, but how the vote will be counted is what entices Nigeria. According to the man, the election result will be uploaded in real time from the polling unit down to the INEC server, which is to say that even before the INEC would have announced the winner, Nigeria would have done their calculation and know the winners already. It implies that the election cannot be manipulated. If you decided to use force in the polling unit, the agent refuses to sign, and the result will not be uploaded into the INEC server, so you waste your time. If you decide to change the result on your way to the INEC office, to the collation center, already the real result have been uploaded from the polling unit. So whatever you change, when the agent of the party stand up in the National Collation Center and say that no, this is not what we have from the polling unit, the INEC will now go to the IREV, which is the INEC server. They will see what happened in the polling unit. Thereby, they will use that one and avoid the manipulated result. Which is to say that the final result that the INEC will be announced will be the actual result of the votes that Nigeria cast. That is what the INEC promised Nigerian. For that singular purpose, Nigerian youth threw out in mass, as in massive, to vote. We could recall that voter apathy was not so much high in the presidential election. No. You only have few cases in Lagos, and in most of those cases, the people stand up for their right. The people stand up and insisted that our vote must be cast, must be counted. The people stand up that our vote must be counted. So it wasn't so serious. It's only a few cases, maybe 10, 20 polling units, that you have such cases of voter appetite in Nigeria as at the time of presidential election. So definitely we should expect a massive increase of vote cast in the presidential election during the 2023 election than the previous election that we have. But unfortunately, what the INEC announced, we have a lower turnout of votes in this election compared to the previous election, which shouldn't be the case. Basically, people should expect that in this election, the youth will decide the winner. Because from the data that INEC present, it shows that the youth have actually registered most in this election, and the youth, the higher percentage of people that collect their PVC prove to be youth today. These are the same youth that have been criticized that they didn't have the PVC. But all of a sudden, when INEC wanted to release their data, it shows that the youth are well prepared this time around. All the time. So, how we have a lower voters turnout this time around, we don't know. But in most cases, like the same INEC that assure Nigerians that this is what is going to happen, that their vote will be cast, the vote will be uploaded in real time from the polling unit to the INEC, that convince Nigerians that this time around their vote is going to count, that makes them to go out and cast their vote. We need to spread our wings. On the election day on the 25th of February, when votes start, everything went on well. The House of Reps and the senatorial election was uploaded from the polling unit directly to the INEC server as promised. And we see a surge in difference. People that they did not expect, even the Okada riders, they were able to win election, which is different from what we used to see in the previous years. Then, when it is time for the INEC to upload the presidential election result, they deliberately switch off their server. And when they were asking them what happened, they said nothing happened. What happened? They said nothing happened. Even in the coalition center, the agent of one of the opposition party, the leading opposition party, PDP, had to ask the INEC, tell us what happened. Is your server hacked? No. Are you having problem with your server? The INEC said no. Several times, not even once. In Libya. But after some days later, the INEC said they have a glitch in their server. A glitch. Not even when they were asking them what happened, they say nothing happened. Now, so the problem we are trying to come up to tell you how the people that are in 5 men will now decide the fate of over 200 million people as a result of a deliberate action by someone who doesn't want anything good in Nigeria. That was how the results were not uploaded. INEC spent several millions of dollars into this election. This is the same election we are talking about. All those money, they are now waste. And nobody is asking questions and nobody will ask the question. They will never ever address it. Had it been INEC uploaded the polling unit result in real time as they promised, we shouldn't have all this argument. There should be no need for anybody to go to any court. That is why there should be no need to place the future of 200 million Nigerians in the hands of just 5 people, which is even lower than 0.0001% of the entire population of Nigeria. They buy votes. These men, they will now decide whether to execute justice or to do their own bidding, and whatever they say, that is what the 200 million Nigerians will be abide by.
In the seat of
Let's play the clip for you and hear it by yourself.
Let me seize this opportunity to respond to a story emanating from a section of the media that the Commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling unit level results in real time on election day. It should please be disregarded as fake news. The Commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units.
INEC chairman by himself voicing out to release the promise to Nigeria and even quote the constitution, and yet he abandoned the constitution and now still come back to tell Nigeria now, when the court is proceeding with the hearing, that is not in the constitution to do this. This is the clip from the INEC chairman by himself. Now he's denied. He quotes the constitution of Nigeria here and is denied. By the way, whether he quotes the constitution or not is not the issue. But according to the constitution of Nigeria, any guideline that the INEC release as the guideline for how the election will be conducted automatically becomes the law, become the constitution. So nothing changed that. There is no any other explanation to that. So whether the INEC chairman quotes the constitution or not, whatever guideline they release become the constitution. That is the constitution of Nigeria. So even though the court has the final say in whatever happened, but it is also very clear to Nigerians that it is not possible for INEC to bring out one constitution, to roll out the electoral guideline, and then after the vote is cast, he now change the guideline. It's not possible like that.